Hi, this is Cheryl Hazzard, back again. So I was thinking about Girl Interrupted, and Joanna Kerns was in that. And Mike Kerns was the DARE officer at my school. And the DARE officer deals with the subject of drugs and why they're a problem and trying to teach kids not to use drugs. But I'm pretty sure the DARE officer would know something about Mickeys and date rape. And I'm thinking about Joanna Kaysen and that she had borderline personality disorder. And there's the thought that what if borderline personality disorder is partially triggered by a trauma or by abuse? And I pondered whether Susanna Kaysen had indeed been raped herself. And that maybe that was part of why she ended up in the hospital, too. And I thought about alcohol and can it deplete magnesium? When I drank a Long Island iced tea, I felt like I was ready to fall over. And I don't drink much alcohol. This was when I was at Kodiak's. And I had to sit down for a little bit and I felt dizzy. And then I finally got up and danced and sweated it out. But it was the same type of effect that I get when I get a migraine. I felt weak. I felt mentally out of it, not with it. And I get a headache. And I thought about how alcohol, which impairs judgment, paired with a roofie, is not a good combination. But if it depletes magnesium, which also affects impulse control as well, then the deck is stacked against the victim. And so in Susanna Kaysen's case, or any sexual assault victim from somebody who's been, say, Mickey'd, it's not going to be good for them because the deck is stacked. That is a complete deck stacking. And drinking alcohol may not be good for the borderline person if it's going to deplete the magnesium that they need to have judgment and emotional regulation. Magnesium is needed for that. And it's needed for depression and anxiety, and it affects how irritable a person is. And if you feel anxiety, you might want to drink just to feel like you're not having to feel it. But that's actually counterintuitive to what's best for you if you have borderline personality disorder. If you're feeling anxiety, maybe take some magnesium and some theanine. See if it levels you out a little or a lot. But drinking, you run the risk of really getting yourself hurt. It's true. It can be really, I was lucky that the worst that happened to me that night that I drank was that I just got dizzy and had to sit down. I was lucky that that's the worst that happened to me because it could have been a lot worse. This is Cheryl Hazzard speaking.